FDA regulatory framework for generative AI, GenAI-enabled medical devices. Imagine a team of innovators at the intersection of healthcare and artificial intelligence, working on a generative AI, GenAI-enabled medical device aimed at revolutionizing diagnostics. They envision a tool that can analyze complex patient data in real time, generate synthetic medical images to aid rare disease diagnosis, and even assist in developing personalized treatment plans. But bringing this groundbreaking vision to life is a journey requiring not only technical prowess but also a keen understanding of the FDA's regulatory framework, which is designed to ensure that these transformative tools are both safe and effective. GenAI-enabled medical device. Under FDA regulation, the team knows that to gain FDA approval, their device must fulfill specific requirements under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. According to the Act, any instrument, machine, or technology intended for diagnosing, treating, or preventing disease can be classified as a device and thus falls under FDA regulation. This classification is crucial because GenAI is core to the device's functionality. It's not just an added feature but a tool central to its diagnostic and therapeutic roles. Using models like large language models, LLMs, or generative adversarial networks, GANs, the device can generate synthetic data, provide predictive analytics, and generate insights essential for clinical decision-making. However, the team realizes that this advanced technology's very adaptability presents unique regulatory challenges. 2. Potential benefits and challenges of GenAI in medical devices. The benefits are enormous. GenAI-enabled devices bring capabilities that traditional tools lack. They analyze vast datasets, identify hidden patterns, and make actionable suggestions for patient care. Imagine a radiologist using a GenAI device that generates synthetic images for training, dramatically improving diagnostic accuracy for rare conditions. Or an oncologist using a GenAI device that predicts a patient's response to treatment, enabling a more personalized care plan. These capabilities promise a future of healthcare that's more efficient, accurate, and tailored to each patient. But with these benefits come significant challenges. GenAI models are designed to evolve, making it difficult to set fixed functional boundaries for regulatory purposes. For example, the device could learn from new data over time and produce outputs that extend beyond its initially defined role. This adaptability complicates the FDA's risk classification process and means that GenAI devices require ongoing validation to ensure their performance remains consistent and reliable. The team recognizes they must work closely with the FDA to establish protocols that can manage this adaptability and ensure patient safety. 3. Challenges in applying existing policies. The existing FDA policies are robust but were created for more static technologies. Applying them to GenAI presents new obstacles. Traditional medical devices have defined outputs, whereas GenAI-enabled devices generate responses that can vary based on new data inputs. The FDA's risk-based approach means that high-risk GenAI devices, especially those used for direct diagnosis or treatment, must undergo rigorous review. For example, a device that provides automated diagnostic suggestions for complex conditions would require premarket approval, PMA, to verify its safety and effectiveness. However, the team understands that the device's evolving nature could mean that it would need additional post-market monitoring to catch any performance variations after deployment, a responsibility that would fall squarely on them. 4. Key considerations for FDA's risk-based approach to GenAI devices. As the team progresses, they are guided by the FDA's risk-based approach and consider several critical factors. Defining intended use. The team must clearly define the device's intended use to align with FDA requirements. GenAI's flexibility could lead it to generate outputs outside its intended role, which presents a safety risk. By setting well-defined boundaries, they can help the FDA apply the correct regulatory pathway. Foundation model transparency. Many GenAI models are built using foundation models trained on vast, unregulated data sources. These models can introduce unintended biases or unpredictable behavior, especially if they're adapted for medical use without a transparent record of their training datasets and parameters. Continuous learning and adaptability. GenAI devices often learn from real-world data, requiring continuous oversight to ensure their evolving outputs don't compromise safety or effectiveness. Bias and data quality. Ensuring that the device produces unbiased outputs is essential, particularly in healthcare where outcomes could differ for diverse patient populations. Mechanisms to identify and mitigate bias are crucial for aligning with the FDA's commitment to safe and equitable care. FDA's approach to regulating GenAI-enabled medical devices. The FDA's regulatory approach emphasizes a comprehensive evaluation that covers both pre-market and post-market evidence requirements. For this team, meeting these requirements means documenting the device's design, performance metrics, and data management strategies. Here's how they approach each stage. Pre-market evidence. They gather documentation on model-specific parameters, training data, and fine-tuning processes. This information is essential for the FDA to assess the device's accuracy, reliability, and safety. Managing open-ended outputs. Because GenAI devices can generate varied responses, they work with the FDA to establish boundaries that mitigate output variability and control for risks like hallucinations, outputs that appear plausible but are inaccurate. Foundation model control. Many GenAI devices rely on foundation models, which means limited control over the underlying model. The FDA requires manufacturers to ensure consistent performance, even if updates occur outside their direct control. The team proactively tests for consistency across device updates. Post-market monitoring. To manage the device in real-world settings, they set up continuous monitoring processes. For high-risk applications, the FDA may require human-in-the-loop validation, meaning healthcare professionals must review GenAI outputs before acting on them. New FDA approaches to regulating GenAI devices. Recognizing the distinct challenges of GenAI, the FDA is developing new oversight methodologies, dynamic testing and evaluation. They implement quantitative and qualitative performance metrics tailored to GenAI, capturing explainability, transparency, and adaptability. Adaptive risk controls. They establish real-time data auditing and learning safeguards to manage the continuous learning capabilities of GenAI devices. Post-market monitoring and feedback loops. Ongoing monitoring helps identify any deviations from expected performance, ensuring the device stays within safe parameters throughout its use. 7. Total Product Lifecycle, TPLC, approach for the team. The FDA's Total Product Lifecycle, TPLC, approach provides a clear roadmap for long-term oversight. Here's how they navigate each stage: planning and design. They start with a strong foundation, setting clear goals, scope, and defining the device's intended use. Data collection and management. Gathering high-quality data ensures that the AI model is trained and tested on reliable sources. Model building and tuning. They develop a model with consistent performance metrics, essential for maintaining reliability in clinical settings. Verification and validation. Rigorous testing assesses the device's accuracy, reliability, and output consistency, a critical step before deployment. Deployment and operation. They ensure the device integrates smoothly into clinical workflows, training users on system compatibility. Real-world performance evaluation. Post-deployment, they monitor the device to understand its effectiveness in real-world applications. Risk management and continuous oversight. Adaptive risk controls and real-time monitoring help maintain the device's safety and performance standards over time. Through the FDA's comprehensive regulatory framework, this team's GenAI-enabled device is set to be a powerful addition to healthcare. By focusing on intended use, evidence-based evaluations, and ongoing post-market monitoring, they've navigated the complexities of GenAI and met FDA's stringent standards. The total product lifecycle approach ensures that their device will continue to meet patient safety and performance standards long after launch, integrating GenAI's advanced capabilities into medical practice in a way that empowers providers, enhances patient care, and paves the way for future AI-driven medical solutions.